The burn in is the end you like. That's where I would start.
I think
Just saying.
put my mouth to the burnt side.
Did you? Use your thumb.
Huh?
Use your thumb. There you go.
I'm so used. It's because this is the bad thumb. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
My fucking permanent hitchhiker's thumb.
No, you're gonna burn your tip of your thumb like that. Hold the cigar still. There you go. Put that right in the middle. All right. There you go. You good?
Just a little hair.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
That was shitty. Welcome to Wheels and Whiskey.
I'm Bryan.
This is Alex.
Bryan. What's happening out there in La La Land?
Oh man.
All right, we got to do this proper. So, hand sanitizer.
Yep.
Visited Whitmeyer's distillery today, and they were giving out free hand sanitizer. So, careful, it pours real fast. Don't squeeze the bottle.
Yeah.
Got to stay safe out here.
Yep.
Coronavirus.
Got to
Kicking around. And be careful. Don't pick up your cigar while you're full of alcohol. You might catch on fire.
Man.
So, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
It's been a while. I know Alex posted up a quick little video of, kind of what's going on. And
yeah, I was just playing it safe.
Everybody's kind of...
I had family sick at home and,
Yeah.
And it didn't look good for a while.
Right.
Like, my mom was sick for like a good week.
Did she have coronavirus or was it something else?
I think it was just something else. But they always say, like,
still
even people who happen to get sick, don't show actual symptoms all the time.
Right.
And she just had like a cough, and she said she felt warm all the time. I'm like, fuck. Like, well, I guess I can't go anywhere just in case.
Just to be safe, hey man, just the smart thing to do in these times right now. So, So I don't know if you can tell the background's a little different. We decided to move it out into the garage this time.
Yeah. Change the scenery.
Mix it up a little bit. But today I've already opened it, but Alex and I together are gonna drink some Wilderness Trail. It's a small batch Kentucky bourbon out of.
Show the camera.
Show the camera.
Up close.
So anyway, it's bottled in bond, 100 proof, and we're gonna give it a whirl. See what Alex thinks.
You thirsty, ain't you?
Oh man, you gotta hit it, man. You gotta hit it. So I'm probably gonna box this up, but I'll give it my best bet here. But in bottled in bond, this is like a thing I've been seeing lately. It's whiskey that's been basically everything's done at the same spot. Just so I don't screw it up, I'll read this real quick. It's a single distillery by one distiller in a distillation season.
Yeah.
Aged for at least 4 years in a federally bonded supervised warehouse and bottled at 100 proof. So everything's done.
Just like by one company.
One batch, one company. They don't get things from multiple places, and it's all done in a season. So, they do lots of tricky things with bourbon to make it have different notes and such, and so I guess this kind of keeps everybody on the same playing field.
Yeah.
What you think?
It has a pleasant smell. I haven't tried it yet.
Ooh, it's good. You definitely, when you hit those 100 proof bourbons, they got a little bit more burn. Especially if you take a big gulp of it and just try to rush it down, it'll really bite you.
Yeah, you really gotta air it down.
Let it. I like it on ice. Waters it down just a tad, just to take that burn out, so you can actually get some of the different notes. And what's interesting is when you use the ice melts and changes the mixture basically every sip you take. So every sip you take's a different glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it.
And what do we got here?
That is a Rocky Patel and it's a what they call the Fumus line. Probably saying that wrong, but it's a Cuban blend. It's not sourced from Cuba, but they source the seeds from Cuba and then grow it in other places. I think that was grown in Nicaragua.
Mm.
And this one here is a Inferno Flashpoint. It was something that was on special when I placed the order and came in a box of 10, so I grabbed them. It's not a bad smoke.
Yeah. You know, I'm not normally a drinker or smoker, but
yeah,
I'm socializing.
I kind of it's kind of a social thing for me too, just to bring people together because guys like to hang out, and smoke cigars, and drink whiskey and shoot the shit. So
and there's a lot of shooting shit over here.
I figured if I'm gonna like bring the guys over here and to risk their health with this shit that's going on, make it worth their while. Like, hey man, come have a cigar and hang out and drink some whiskey. So
smoke, drink whiskey, and catch a Rona.
Catch a Rona.
But man,
what's new in your world?
For one, mostly just a bunch of housework. Still looking for work.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of what everybody's doing is catching up on house projects and home projects. And
that's all you can do right now.
Whatever.
They've been telling us like stay home, don't work if you don't have to.
Right.
If you're essential.
That's all I've been doing is working from home. And
I mean, I've been non-essential for most of my life, so.
Same here. So I feel you, man.
Oh God. That's what my mom told me.
Nice. You've been non-essential your whole life.
You're non-essential.
Nice. Thanks, Mom.
But man, no, just doing some projects around the house and
cool.
Getting back into art and doing my own podcast and thing,
Yeah.
Mostly just been practicing how to do all this Photoshop and editing, which is crazy.
Speaking of artwork, we got this dude working on some designs. Obviously, you can see the design on the intro to the video and on the Facebook page and so forth. But we're tasking him to come up with some
merch,
some merch for you people out there that are just dying to get your hands on some. So yeah, that's something. Hopefully, you're working on.
I mean, I procrastinate a lot, but like once I start going, I'm really driven. I just really can't stop.
Right.
So I'm at that point right now.
Yeah, I got to see that side of you during Christmas last year when you were helping us with the yard stuff. I mean, you came over and
fucking driven, man,
blowing and going.
You couldn't stop me.
No, and it was awesome to watch. I mean, because the stuff you were doing is just like I just can't understand how somebody can look at a picture on their phone and then draw it on a sheet of plywood and make it look the same. It just it doesn't compute. Because I can't do that. It's not in my skill set, that's for sure.
Yeah, what's it called? I had a friend I think she's opening up a new bar.
Okay.
And it's a bar restaurant, but I think it's more bar.
Give her a shout out.
And she said, she put like a Facebook post like, I'm looking for somebody who, if you happen to know somebody who does murals, like let me know. And I just threw myself out there. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't like big headed or anything. I was just like, I want to do it.
Off.
I've never done a mural, but I want to do it.
I could see you pulling it off, especially with what you did for the Christmas decorations this year. Or last year. That was special and awesome at the same time.
Like, I mean, the pieces are.
Yeah. Y'all can't see them. They're behind us right now in the garage, taking up precious space. But yeah, we're looking. That's probably why I brought them up, because they're sitting right there staring at us.
Yeah.
Krusty the Clown there.
Yeah.
And Bart.
I'm still surprised how big they are, and they actually came out really good.
They did. They turned out great. And I plan to put them back in the yard again this year. So
yeah, we'll have to come up with some more for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really into that idea.
Awesome. I'd like that. And that I haven't really brought this up a lot, but we did that for Ashley. This is my wife that passed away in January. Alex was really kind of awesome in the fact that he did that for her because that's something she wanted to do, and she was trying to do it, and just you could tell it was really hard on her. And I reached out to Alex because I knew he did artwork, and I was like, hey man, do you mind? He's like, hell no, I don't mind. knock that out, man.
You really didn't have to like get me, like ask me like twice.
Right.
I was already on it.
Right. And that was, that was the beautiful part of it is you were like, hell yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I know she wasn't out here most of the time to kind of watch a lot of it go down, but when she could, she did. She did watch you and was like kind of mesmerized by.
Just you telling me like how she felt when she saw them, like when they were done.
Yeah, when the yard was done, just the smile on her face was worth every bit of it. I mean, even if I know you did it kind of as a favor for her, but I mean, even if we had to pay you, it'd have been worth every damn penny.
You weren't gonna have to pay me.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, just to see that on her face was priceless.
And that's kind of like what drove me to like do them even more. Like I don't even know how many y'all planned for me to do. Probably like as
many as you want.
As soon as long as you had material for me to do something, I was gonna do it. And we used every bit of it.
Yeah, we did. Every last scrap.
Yeah,
it was fun. Like I said, I'm sitting here. Y'all can't see it, but I'm looking at them all. It's kind of cool to see them sitting there.
Yeah. You know what? Let me just bring one of them.
Yeah, grab one. Grab.
Actually,
grab Krusty. I don't know if you can get him out or not.
I think I can get Krusty out here.
Now keep in mind, guys, he did this free-handed on a piece of plywood, sitting on an easel, looking at his cell phone. Like, it doesn't make sense how he was able to do this. And like, I only had like 4 or 5 colors of paint, and he was able to take those colors and mix them up and get them in there.
I don't know.
And make this work. Let's move this forward.
Yeah.
Let's set him down.
We've got a guest.
We got a guest. Say hi to Krusty, everyone.
I forgot his laugh.
But yeah, just phenomenal work with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I look forward to this Christmas for sure.
Yeah, I do too. Hopefully we can come up with some more stuff and.
Yeah. Big guy.
Big, yeah. He was the biggest one. All the other guys are about half his size. Careful. Yeah, there's a pile of shit back in my garage. Just ignore it. Whose garage doesn't have shit everywhere? People who don't use the garage, probably.
And the bigger the garage, the more shit you have. I'll tell you that. We got a pile of bricks that we're not even using.
I do have the truck in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the selling points of this house is I was actually able to fit a full-size truck in the garage, close the door, so I have room to walk behind it.
It's lifted, right?
Yeah, and it's lifted. Well, when I brought it home, I was creeping in, and it's got the little satellite radio shark fin on top, and it was like literally that close to touching the lowest point on the door. But it had the factory antenna, and it was hitting the garage door and slapping it and making all kinds of rackets. So the first mod I did at the truck was the little stubby antenna. So anyway, this is you guys will be seeing a lot of this in the upcoming videos. We may even do some driving around videos.
Some
ride-alongs. It's a 2018 FX4 four-wheel drive, obviously, King Ranch, and it's got the 5-liter in it. So I've got some plans. I've got some really good friends that modify and race these trucks. Most of them are single cab, short beds, but got some stuff in the works for it. Shall I show them?
Yeah, bring it out.
Bring it out.
Your new little.
This is going to be one of the mods done to the truck.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I had it done. It's not even a repair. It's a tune, I would think, or upgrade for sure. Right. Everything I've done to my car, or any car for that matter, has always been for a repair.
For repairs, right? Not upgrades.
Oh man, yeah.
Bear with me, folks. I'm digging another box here.
You just want to keep my car alive.
Right.
Man, I swear to God, just looking at it. That's gonna be fun.
This is
Okay, you want to come in a little closer?
No.
You what?
I'm explaining first.
Okay.
So this in conjunction with a tune and a larger throttle body will be the official first modifications to the truck. The Boss 302 intake.
Hell yeah.
So this basically has the Gen 3 Coyote that's in the Mustangs, except for the intake manifold. So the intake manifold on this truck stock is a pile of garbage. And they did it to kind of detune the engine. So a lot of guys started putting the 18 and up GT Mustang manifold on them. And you basically had a 400 plus horsepower engine, just as like the Mustangs had, because it's got the same cams. I think the compression ratio is the same. I'm not positive. Don't quote me. So a lot of guys are upgrading to the 18 Mustang manifold. A good friend of mine, he's got that same intake, the Boss 302 intake. Had it ported with the larger throttle body, long tube headers, converter, gears, some weight reduction in the truck. His truck is short cab, short bed, and it went 1120s and a quarter. All motor.
Yeah.
All motor. No nitrous, no turbos, no nothing like that. So I'm not trying to be as fast as him, but I'm kind of following his recipe that he's done because he's made multiple changes to that truck to get it to where it is. And with the GT manifold, the fastest he ever went was like bottom 12s. So he finally switched to the Boss manifold, bigger throttle body, tuned it for that, and it went from basically 12 O's to bottom 11s.
Yeah.
In a quarter mile. So, like I said, it's not going to be a drag truck by any means because it's a big four-wheel drive lifted truck.
Yeah.
So that's kind of not the point. The point is just to have some fun with it.
Make some noise.
Make some noise. You know, exhaust upgrades are coming. But first of all will be the intake manifold and the tune and so forth.
Yeah.
Shout out to, you know, my buddy Chris. He's the one kind of hooking me up with all the things to do. And he's going to hook me up with Lund Tuning. They're real well known in the tuning world for Fords. So that's who I'm going to send everything to.
Yeah.
Bought the N-Gauge tuner. It's just a little dashpod, and it's got a little telemetry screen that gives you all kinds of data feedback and so forth. So that'll be mounted inside on a little suction cup on the windshield. So. And
it sucks that you had to have that little stupid mini USB cable.
I know that
of all things.
Well, the last video we did, the quality, I don't know if you guys noticed, the quality was down.
There was a drop in quality.
So we were using his cell phone because we couldn't find the cable for the camera, and it's like a 1980s USB cable or some shit. So, but the tuner uses the same cable, so
yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the cable for it. So
tried so hard to find that mini USB cable.
We did. Went to many stores and everything. Nothing.
Apparently, it's discontinued. You know, only us fucking dinosaurs know how to find that thing or have those things available.
So that's.
I have a fuck ton of those little cables, and I'm like,
I know I've got one somewhere. Like I've got I went through I told you the archives of cables I have, and there was not one in there. And I was
when
really
we moved
surprised.
to our current house, we have a box that specifically says electronics and cables.
Right. Right. Because you always keep the old stuff.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I probably had 50 pairs of RCA cables in there.
Mm.
When's the last time you used one of those?
RCA? I still happen to have at least a couple pairs.
And
I threw a ton of them still. Used one?
Used one.
2006, probably. 2004,
HDMI
2006.
kind of killed that.
Yeah. But man, it's yeah. Hopefully we can get that thing tuned and get that thing installed. Yeah. Go for like a little road trip.
Yeah. So we'll try to do some like before and after videos, just to give you guys an idea of like sound and our reactions to what it's doing and seat of the pants kind of thing. We may.
Hopefully we can even film some while we're installing it. Like throw some footage in there.
Yeah, we could probably. Well, let's throw that out there. See what happens.
Yeah.
But we'll try to like have some kind of telemetry recording device of some sort to give you an idea of what it's going to do performance-wise before and after.
Yeah.
We're really close to Mexico, so we'll just cross the border real quick and go do some filming so the authorities don't give us a hard time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, right now is a really good time to actually get.
Yeah, I mean, we're even closer to Mexico right now with the pandemic going on. So.
I mean, ain't no authorities out there.
No.
Right in the streets.
No, the radar detector in this thing hardly ever goes off anymore.
Yeah. Everybody's at home.
Everybody's
just chilling.
So.
But
I'll look around and see if I can't find. I know a lot of guys use this device called Draggy. I'll have to look into it, but it's basically a camera that records footage wherever you point it, and then it's got
G meters,
G forces, and then 0 to 60 time, eighth mile time, quarter mile time.
That's kind of cool.
You know, I don't know if I'm gonna take this big pig that fast do a quarter mile. You know what? So we just might do some eighth mile pulls and see what it does. And 0 to 60 times and kind of base it off of that.
One thing I actually had been wanting to recommend to you. Maybe one of these days we can go do one of those the supercar races or not test drives, but you go to a track
and
you rent a supercar
for make a couple laps in it. Yeah, that'd be fun.
And that'd be actually kind of cool to record that.
Right.
You know, have some people join us.
That would be awesome. I can get down with that.
Brother-in-law did that, and my sister did that for his birthday. She got him a couple laps in I guess it was a Ferrari.
Did he drive or somebody else drive?
Somebody else drives first. Like you go around
teach you how to drive the car.
Like, this is what you're gonna do. Like this is when you
gas,
haul ass,
brakes,
braking points.
Gotcha.
And then they'll give you like your turn afterwards, and you have somebody there with you, like to tell you like this is your braking point. This is not floor it.
Right.
And it's still fun nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like some fun.
Yeah, I've
always wanted to do that, but I've always been kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
Because I always have other things to spend money on, and right now I don't have a name for this thing yet. What should we call it?
She's got some white hips though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
little
get
offset
rid of those things at some point.
So if I were to call her something, I would call her Shakira.
No.
That's my thing.
No.
I love a girl with white hips.
How about Beyonce?
Beyonce? Okay.
No. I'm just kidding. Man, I don't know.
She's thick though.
Maybe we should ask them.
Yeah.
Drop a comment.
Let
us know
drop
what
a comment. See what
name of this big pig.
Give her a name.
Maybe
you can slap that name right here.
Right.
Big decals.
No. Not happening.
If you pay us.
If you pay us to put something on her, yeah, that's a different story. But no, just for putting a name on there. No. No.
Send some money. We'll slap a big decal right there if you pay us good enough.
And we'll light a firecracker and put it in his hand and let him hold it at the same time.
Yeah. I will fucking take that firecracker like a man so you can put that decal on there.
Shit, I'll pay you money to do that. It's not gonna cover your hospital bills, but
fuck me, man.
That's gonna hurt like hell.
I'm moving to Canada, getting some free healthcare over there.
Right. Dude, what happened? It was cool out here earlier.
It ain't. It still ain't cool. Actually, it's
still cooler.
There's a breeze going.
Right.
It's like
it's humid.
Yeah. It is humid down here.
It is, and it's not even summer yet, so it does suck.
I saw more of that bit from that pastor who was saying what was he saying? That he's gonna blow the.
Oh yeah, it was like
heat, burn this thing, in the name of Jesus. Satan, you bow your knee. COVID-19. I blow the wind of God on you. You are destroyed forever. And you'll never be back.
The winds of God will get rid of the coronavirus.
A meme of his face next. You ever seen the movie The Mask?
Yes.
When the other guy gets the mask.
Yes,
and
that looks so much fucking like him. I did not.
I saw that. And I was
you bringing that up? Yes.
That is genius.
I see that.
It was genius. You should when you edit the software, pop that up there so they can see it, what we're talking about.
Yeah. I will put them side by side. There is no mistake that they're one in the
dude.
Other
than he's green and the other guy's not.
His weird eyes, man.
What's all that plastic surgery the guy's done? He's like 80 years old.
Fucking creepy as shit.
Just like, ooh.
No.
Do you know he is worth $750 million?
I thought it was. Oh, okay.
He's the richest. He's the richest of all the televangelists.
His salary is like about $300 million. I'm sure his.
How do they do that? How do they sleep at night?
Scams, man.
How do they sleep at night?
And the thing is, there is a video out there where he's saying, like people out, like my what is it? Parishioners? What is it?
The parishioners?
Like
talking about the people that go
to the church.
I think it's the parishioners.
Yeah, parishioners.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I
I'm not up on church lingo.
Me either, man. It's been like a good decade, probably
Right.
since the last time I gone. He goes, they might have lost their jobs, but I'm like, what do you think your money comes from? Your job? Like, no, that comes from God. I'm like, so like if there's anything you got to do, it's keep your tithing.
Yeah, I saw that. That's just unreal.
I'm like,
sleep
man,
at night.
They just all they do is line their pockets with these guys' money, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
it's sad that people don't realize that.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible, honestly.
And the people going to church, how they were saying like, are you okay with going to like mass or like the Sunday church or whatever? I'm like, no, because we're bathed in the blood of God or Jesus. And I'm like, okay, cool.
So you're okay, but you're gonna bring it out and give it to everybody else around you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not cool. I saw that the federal government has given a lot of churches aid because they're considered essential.
I don't
and
even know.
In my opinion, that is if they're considered essential, then tax them. Get some tax money from them.
They don't pay taxes.
No,
they're tax exempt. And how is that even possible that they're able to get money that way? I'm surprised they actually got a salary.
I know.
How do they get a salary and on top of that get money from donations or tithing or whatever?
I know. And to ask for money for people that are unemployed and so forth is just wrong,
dude.
Just wrong.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, back to wheels and whiskey.
Yeah, how'd we get off on that tangent?
we have a strong sentiment towards like everything that is based on religion.
Yeah, but we're that's not what the channel's about. We may rant off about it here and there, but that's not the goal here.
Yeah.
So we'll try to steer clear of the religion and politics for the most part.
I was gonna bring something up that just popped up in the news.
Okay.
There was a guy in New York that
with the Porsche
crashed his Porsche
and then
into several cars
and then drove off.
Yo, this dude is drunk.
Where you going? He's gonna run away. He ain't going anywhere. Stay in the car. He's hamming.
And there's video of him crashing into like the back of a van. Car is like a mess.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be drivable.
No.
But he
drove.
I don't know if he backs up or just like
it's a mid-engine
puts
car.
It back into gear.
Right.
Yeah. You just got like a trunk up front.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't believe it.
Man, it's what was this car? It's a
Porsche Carrera GT.
Carrera GT.
Yeah.
What do those things go for like these days? Like close to like 200,000?
They're I think they're upwards of $1 million.
Yeah. This one was actually a little bit special because it was not only was it like a limited car, the Carrera GT, but it was a tuned car from like a tuning company from Gambala. It was a Gambala Mirage GT.
Oh shit!
So on top of being rare, it's even more
rare, and he's got a ton of money in it. Yeah. I wonder how many days of jail time that guy's gonna get.
And at first, when I saw this, I'm like, this guy fucking stole it and just went for a joyride and smashed it.
Oh, he stole it?
No.
It
was the owner that did this.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, what the actual fuck? So
you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, like, and if I'm right, this owner had done this maybe multiple times with other cars.
What?
Yeah, I saw like.
He's got money to burn or what?
I would think so. I mean, the dude seems to be like like Chinese. I remember. I don't remember the guy's name,
Yeah.
but I saw images
like
of
a
cars that he
heavyset
happened
white
to
dude.
own.
It might have been me. I mean,
Benjamin Chen,
Okay.
who's 33 and owning that car, man. Like, what am I doing with my life?
you.
Oh man.
That is crazy. More like a bumper car. Wow.
It's yeah. He slammed his car into a parked and occupied white van near West 47th Street, and
I don't understand people.
I don't know, man.
Kind of like a damn idiot.
It didn't look like he was drunk at all, but you know.
Hey, shout out to Patrick, my buddy that works at the liquor store, for recommending this one.
Oh yeah.
He's the guy that I've been talking about trying to get over here, and he's wanting to come join us, and just got to find time when he's not busy working. You know, because in Texas, the liquor sales are #1 in the nation right now.
It's crazy,
It's
but I
just
believe that shit because
unreal.
all I
much we
see
drink down here.
from my cousin is like before any of this shit went down, he was like, "I'm stocked up." Post a Facebook post. It's just a wall full of liquor bottles.
Sounds like
and she's
me.
like, "I'm ready for this quarantine. I ain't going nowhere."
Sounds like me. Like,
Oh,
because
man.
that was the thing. I heard like liquor stores will be considered non-essential, and I'm like, oh no, I got to go down there, stock up. And then obviously I found out that that's not the case. But I think a lot of that's driving that also the sales is the restaurants being able to deliver mixed drinks.
Restaurants and I think even grocery stores that are still happen to have like liquor bottles or wine bottles and shit in stock.
Right.
They're doing pretty good too.
How you liking the cigar?
That's actually really good. It's
It go out on you?
it's very no, it's still
Okay. This one's pretty mild and smooth. A lot smoother than I thought it would be. Not bad. I recommend Inferno. Look them up. Buy one. This is the Flashpoint.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
and this is
I'd say give it a tug or two, but coronavirus. Come on, y'all have done it before. You let your buddy try your cigar because they can see what you got. But not today.
Gotta
not
let them
today.
Gotta let them suck on it a little bit.
Well, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm trying to keep it PG rated.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you after the show.
And what was it? Another thing I wanted to bring up before was how a lot of these sports have been like pretty much just canceled altogether.
Right.
You got both NBA.
Oh, you're gonna talk about the virtual
football, and now with like NASCAR out
racing and all race cars.
you really can't like do any of those sports, or
Right.
people can't watch it. I'm sure ESPN like wants to like show something like to like make money off of it. And one of the things that's at least more believable is auto racing.
Right.
Auto racing, there are like lots of games and stuff like
Right.
that.
I
that
heard
let
about
you
this. The
do
IndyCar
it.
guys were doing virtual races.
I think there's like an F1 game out there for
Right.
people that are like
Really into it. Where
really
like
into
you
it.
damage the car, it
And
affects performance.
They
all
have
that.
the guys from F1 play the latest F1 racing game, and there is one for multiple racing. I guess styles. I guess.
Right.
And it's a game called I'm all about games. I fucking grew up in it.
Right.
There's a game called iRacing, and in one of those games they have stock cars, and they have everybody from NASCAR races these stock cars in this virtual game. It looks pretty legit, and lately they've been streaming these races from this game onto ESPN, and
Yeah, I heard about
people
this.
have actually been really into it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Watch them play video games.
Because everybody makes fun of like
Gamers. Right.
like people like esports altogether. I'm like, it's not a sport. And then,
So what I would like to see though is these guys that are professional racers playing this game actually go against some actual gamers that legit play it all the time. That'd be kind of interesting to see.
that would be interesting.
Because
And
they know more about the cars than the gamers do, but the gamers know more about the game and the way the car responds in the game.
yeah,
So it'd be interesting to see.
it's always fun to see how like the gamers they're sometimes rather awkward. whenever they're put into like camera, you have like these announcers try to talk to them and reporters try to talk to them, and they're just like really awkward in the way they talk. They're like
just kind of
they're not used to being in front of the camera.
Right. They're used to being in a dark room playing video games
put them in
hours on day
in front of a TV and stuff like that, and they're fine. They're in their own world.
Right.
But they're sponsored. These gamers are sponsored, and they'll play the game fucking hard.
Right.
They do their job, and I thought it was funny with Bubba Wallace. He was sponsored to play this game, and in the middle of a race, he just happens to just quit the game altogether. He just up and left his game. So when his sponsor found out about it, they just pulled out their sponsorship
why
for
did he
Bubba
leave the
Wallace.
game?
He just race quit. He was just angry that he couldn't win or compete with them, I guess. And he's like, "Fuck this," and he turned off his game. And it's just nuts.
That's crazy.
He says Wallace quit after another driver appeared to deliberately wreck his car in the game, and I mean that happens in the game.
Happens in life.
Rubbing is racing, you know. It's like a Talladega Nights, and it's funny. I mean, even in real life, you have your sponsorships,
right?
And you're
you're
fuck this. You don't just say fuck it and just get out your car and leave and go home.
Yeah, exactly. No, it didn't work like that in real life.
No.
And obviously, he found out the hard way.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure he's gonna find another sponsor, but he's gotta have a hard time doing it.
For sure.
You know, I wouldn't even know how much he's getting paid just to sit at home, race a virtual fucking car.
And imagine his mom saying, "You'll never amount to anything. Get off those damn video games." And look what happens.
Look what happened. Oh man.
Must be nice. But then again, you know, when you play video games for 22 hours a day, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get good to the point where people notice and shit like that happens.
Yeah. Oh man, what else has been happening lately? Like
it's been so quiet with everything.
I mean, it's so fucking hard to like come up with anything at least car related because all the manufacturers have either stopped doing what they're doing or focused their attention to making respirators, ventilators,
yeah.
And I mean, GM is at least one of them,
right? Ford, GM, and
Ford has actually been kind of busy with releasing. I don't know if they released it, but they've been letting out teasers of that new Ford Bronco.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm still really into it.
It's really cool looking.
Yeah. What else?
Especially if they do like the two-door variation of it, that'd be really cool.
Oh, it's there. I did a.
But that
one
seems
of our
to be
Facebook
the other trend seems to be, you know, like with the Jeeps, everything's four-door. You know, and that's what everybody wants, I guess, so they can like lug all their kids around or their dogs or whatever.
So far they have 2 engine variants for that Bronco.
Are they both the little EcoBoost engines?
And it's a 2.3 liter
4-cylinder
inline 4.
Right, which is in the Ranger right now.
I think that one's just maybe it's single turbo.
No, it's a single, and it's like 300 horsepower. It's the same thing that's in the EcoBoost Mustang.
Yeah,
same engine. It's like 305 horsepower.
No, that's cool. That's a nice number to push out.
Right.
But then I'm guessing their main engine that they likely will sell more of is going to be that 2.7 liter EcoBoost.
Right.
Twin turbo.
Is a V6, and that also comes in the F-150s.
Yeah.
Which is a stout little engine.
Yeah.
And it's very economical for what it is, you know.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's no mention of anything about like 10-speed like transmissions or anything. But they did say.
Well, that's been like their go-to transmission, so I don't see why they wouldn't use it because that's what they put in the Ranger behind that engine, the 2.3 liter, and that's what's in the full-size trucks is behind the EcoBoost is the 10-speed.
Maybe I'm out by now. But they did say, and I'm happy that it's available. That's not how you do it. That a manual transmission will be available. Which I'm like, that's cool.
That'd be really cool.
Am I doing it? Didn't see us at all. Fucking neighbors.
We got the kids coming home.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have a hard time crossing here.
I guess we'll have to edit that part out when he cruises through here.
Oh man. But
I'm surprised it's home this early.
I'm really excited about that Bronco. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's gonna be a sweet little
Jeep.
ride.
Like I've been looking at Jeeps for like the longest, especially the Gladiator.
They're so expensive.
But
it
they
just
are.
doesn't make any sense.
It's disgusting how expensive they are.
For how cheaply made they are, it's disgusting how expensive they are.
What is a Jeep's like the base model like Jeep Wrangler is like $26,000 for like the 2-door.
Oh, they're more than that.
Are they like 30,000? Ain't they?
They're probably in the 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the basic one.
Disgusting.
Makes sense.
Like I get that from their Chrysler line.
Right.
I get that for maybe even Dodge's line.
Right.
But Jeep should be.
Jeeps have always been the cheapest thing you could buy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like the Cherokee, like that's their flagship. It's the top of the line. It's got the ultimate leathers and all those things. I understand.
And you got the SRT, like you have
but
enormous
for a basic
V8
4-wheel drive Jeep. That's nothing to it. I mean, come on. And they hold their value though. That's what's insane too. It's like people like even used ones like just pay stupid money for them.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I wish they had the 4-liter V6 in there again. It sounded good.
Though the straight 6?
Yeah.
As a 4?
Was it a straight 6? Oh, there was a straight 6 went through.
Yeah. All right, we got a quick intermission, guys.
Give us a second.
All right, we're back. We'll probably edit that little quick tidbit out of there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
This shit's hitting me good.
Is it? It's a sweet mash made from locally sourced grains from an old traditional mash bill of 64% corn, 24% rye, and 12% malted barley. Copper pot distilled from a single fermented batch using our sweet mash process to put the barrel at 110 proof. Right on. So for the next few weeks, we're probably going to go through a run of bottled and bonds. Just to have some comparisons. I got a feeling like this is going to be like we probably should have started at the bottom. This is probably going to be one of the more top tier ones. I've got a couple others I haven't opened yet. We can put those in line. If you guys got recommendations, let us know. Like I said, I've got a couple in line to try, or we can go with
this little fucker.
June bugs. It's June bugs in April.
Yeah. They always told us when we were kids, like, don't let those things get in your hair because they'll get tangled up in there. And I mean, I really don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, you're good.
My beard, though, that'll be a different story.
Yep. Get all hung up.
I have let this thing grow way too out of hand. I really have been like on top of like keeping it trimmed, but I'm like,
why?
Who cares? I'm stuck at home.
Stuck at home. Who cares?
Yeah, there ain't no
like,
lady to.
There's no place to go to get it trimmed up and make it look all professional and.
It sucks though. Like I heard that there was a dude like still cutting hair. He was doing house calls
and he died. He died. Like what the hell, man?
Yeah. Like
why is that worth your life to go cut?
I have a bunch of cousins who like fortunately we've been like on top of like keeping them informed because the president over there in Mexico is terrible. Like
right.
Like it took him the longest to like do a stay-at-home order.
Right.
And we've been telling him like, no, there's no cure right now because there's like they see something on Facebook.
Right.
And they want to share it. Like there's a cure. There's like they found out there's a, like medicine or some bullshit.
There's no cure.
No. And
you ride it out. That's it. I mean, they could do stuff to help you with the symptoms, but
yeah,
you got to ride it out.
And we've been telling him like, no, just stay at home, chill.
Right.
If there's something that you can do that doesn't have to do with having to meet people in person, don't do it.
Don't do it. Just stay away.
And
like I went to the grocery store the other day and put basically one of those surgical masks on, and I was really surprised how many people actually had masks on.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice to see.
We in our town, dude. It's small, and nobody gives a shit. Like this was like last week, and we had a
country boys. They don't.
Liberty County, Montgomery County.
Right.
I don't know. It's sad that people aren't taking precautions. We were.
Right.
We're going to just pick up some mail at the post office.
Right.
You got there's a PO box that we've got, and people were walking there nonchalantly, no mask, no gloves, no nothing. We
Well,
had hand sanitizers up the butt and hand wipes.
I'm kind of like the gloves. Kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence about them because if you're using the gloves and you're touching things and you're touching your belongings that you're going to put into a basket and you're doing this and you're touching everywhere, you're still picking up.
There's ways around it as long as you do it in the proper sequence.
If you don't dispose of the gloves and then sanitize and then get in your vehicle and go, it's kind of pointless because you're just spreading that shit everywhere.
Yeah,
whereas if you just got bare hands and you're touching stuff and you sanitize frequently, I feel like that's safer than using the gloves because with the gloves you're still going to touch your face, you're still touching things that you're using.
Yeah.
And if you're just barehanded, keeping your hands clean, I think that's a little safer because I see all these people wearing these gloves and they're touching everything and they're getting in their car and they're leaving them on, they're touching their car.
I think it would be a good idea to have
gloves.
Your gloves and sanitize while you have the gloves on,
Yeah.
rather than gloves off, because you still, if you happen to have long nails, you get you have the chance of having that virus maybe get carried around.
I've been trying to stay on top of the nail trimming thing, so
yeah.
Man, we're really getting off on some tangents here.
We're all over the place with this one. We had some catching up to do, and because we didn't come here last week,
right?
Just because I was playing it safe. I didn't want you to get sick.
No, that's awesome.
Because there was a moment I started to feel sick, but I am very susceptible to allergies.
Right.
I cut the lawn.
Right. You
and
kind
I'm
of confuse the allergies with possible corona, and oh, do I have it? Do I not have it? You kind of
because once you get a tickle in your throat, you're like, fuck me.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Right. Like, oh shit, I got it. I got the Rona.
Yeah.
I saw a meme today. It said, it's kind of crazy that Cinco de Mayo this year lands on Taco Tuesday, and we're all in dire
tacos, man.
Right. How was it worded? And we're all have the potential to be infected by a virus named after a Mexican beer. I was like, somebody had way too much time in their hand to think that shit up.
It's sad though.
It's just
that a lot of people, speaking of Corona, that
quit buying Corona beer.
They quit buying Corona beer, and they associated the disease and the beer together in the sense that I'll get Corona if I drink Corona.
And do yourself a favor, don't drink Corona because it's not that good of a beer. It's not.
It actually isn't. I like Modelo. If I'm gonna drink a Mexican beer, I like Modelo over Corona.
I'm a Dos Equis guy.
Dos Equis seems watered down to me, even more so than.
I'm just a.
I used to be a Dos Equis kind of guy.
I got hooked with the most interesting man in the world. He's like Mexico's.
Oh, they fucked him, dude.
He's like Mexico's version of Chuck Norris.
Actually, he was actually kind of up there in the same league. But they fucked him, dude. They did him just as bad as they did the other dude with the suits. Like, you're gonna like the way you.
Oh, the Men's Warehouse dude.
Men's Warehouse dude. They fucked him equally as bad.
Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I gotta start looking at.
They had an exit package for him, and it's like, it's best you move on or something like that. I'm like, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, you know how most people are kind of exited out the business. He was a legit dude. He seemed kind of. I think he was even the founder of the company. I thought he was just
what
spokesman.
I thought.
I thought he was a spokesman for the longest. He was a founder.
Yeah, he's one of the people
of the Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
And then the I guess
George Zimmerman or something like that.
There was the board just said
you're out.
Your time for you to leave. Like, man. And same thing with this the most interesting man. They kind of just
because that just kind of just disappeared.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they're gonna do that to the gecko at Geico soon. They're gonna fire his ass. He's gonna be gone.
He's gonna be replaced by the camel.
The camel.
Hump day.
You know, the Geico commercials I miss the most are the rhetorical question ones. Like, the guy comes out and he's got this serious look on his face. He goes, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck? And then it pans off and it shows the woodchucks chucking the wood. And the farmer's like, hey, you dang old woodchuck, stop chucking my wood. Those, you know what I'm talking about? He'd come out and he would ask a rhetorical question and then it would show real life shit happening according to that question.
Geico's really on top of their shit, though.
Allstate's not doing too bad with mayhem.
Oh yeah.
He's got some pretty funny ones, but
It's
I don't think
crazy
it's up
how
there with Geico.
like from the very beginning he didn't have like any. He was unblemished, but as like the episode's gone,
He's
like,
got scars
and
Band-Aids
beat up and
yeah.
dirt on his face.
Yeah.
It's building up as he goes. Goddamn.
Hey, he got to lick what's her name?
Tina
Tina
Fey?
Fey. He got to lick her face. He was acting like a puppy dog in the car. Like, you lucky dog.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'd give it to her.
All right, there we go. We went in a direction we weren't. Alrighty. Damn you. It's been a while, I can tell.
Yeah. Oh man. Like I've been trying to like figure some things out. Like, what the fuck? Is a fucking ghost in here? What the hell was that?
Haunted. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but shit's banging over there.
I know. It's like the third time I've been hearing it. I've been trying to ignore it.
Probably that June bug.
No, the June bug went behind us.
There he is again. I heard him again.
Yeah. Maybe water? Whatever happened to the ceiling over in your...
Oh, they're coming this weekend to fix it.
Yeah. So it's still not fixed? Where's he sleeping?
In the guest room.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, it is so humid in here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're glistening, man.
I know.
You are.
You are. Start wearing makeup.
Fucking
I already look good. You're gonna have to wear the makeup so you can look
you
good.
asshole. Oh, that's funny that you bring that up. I couldn't stop thinking about what your neighbor said that one time.
What do you say?
He goes like, you guys were just talking to shit like, and then he comes out with out of nowhere. He goes like, you must be drowning in pussy. Well, I couldn't stop laughing like for like the longest after I left your place. I'm like,
is that to you or me?
He said that to me.
Oh, that's right, because you're young.
Yeah,
you're a young guy.
Like, you must be drowning in the pussy. I'm like, fuck no.
I wish.
I haven't seen a fucking girl in a long time, man.
That's a problem I don't have.
And
I got kitty cats. Does that count?
Yeah.
Anybody want a cat? I've got 2 of them. They're free. I can give you a litter box, cat food, the works.
I thought it was funny that you actually kind of said the same thing he was saying. Well, actually, kind of the opposite. Because you go, when I showed you a picture of when I was young with one of my exes.
Yeah, you were El Guapo.
And you're like, what the hell happened here?
I know, like, what happened?
I'm like, what are you talking about? I think I look better now. I'm in better shape I am now than I was then.
You were a handsome. You were handsome. I can say that with confidence, you know?
No homo.
I mean, damn, dude, you're good looking. I'd have been like at the club going, that guy's here. I don't have a chance.
That was my Sunday best, man.
Hey, you definitely were sporting it. And that's probably why you don't have that hot little mamacita on your arm anymore, because look at you.
She was a Carol Baskins, if I'll tell you that.
Man.
Carol Baskin. I consider that bitch to be one of the biggest terrorists.
Oh my god, dude. That's something the world needs less of is more of her. I don't mean that like in a negative way. I'm just saying we don't need more people in this world like that. Man.
To say when they ask you like, you don't get rid of a person or a body with cologne, like
no,
like, you want to spray them with like sardine oil. I'm like,
yeah.
Wait, why the fuck would you say that?
And then she made the comment about Joe Exotic getting his foot chewed off. You know? Oh man, that was, dude. That was such a messed up series, and the memes that came with it. Oh man, the memes are they're ridiculous. Just
gold.
Unreal. Some of the shit
She's
people
been
come
getting
up with.
bashed.
I don't know. One of the funniest ones I saw was one of his husbands. You know, and he's sitting there in those interviews, and he's 80% of his teeth are missing, and the meme said, "Meth didn't ruin his teeth. Joe's padlocks did." What's like?
What's the guy from Maroon 5 called?
Oh, Adam something. Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
Okay.
Okay, you know.
Oh, they showed him their tattoos.
Like,
yeah.
It's
side by side.
It's Adam Levine, and then this is like the off-brand version of Adam Levine.
The one I saw was like
they show
expectation reality. That's the one I saw. Or like it was like it said something about Tinder expectation and then reality.
The reality.
I was like, oh man.
It's Joe Exotic's fucking husband or
yeah,
boyfriend.
The one that's got the tats and shit all over him.
And the missing teeth, man.
He got his teeth fixed.
Speaking of that, I saw the image of that, and they show it's two pictures. It's Carol Baskin's meat grinder, and they show a scene from like it's like something Kings.
Dexter, maybe?
The Kingsman?
Oh, the Kingsman, no.
And there's a dude being put through, I think, what looks like a meat grinder.
Okay.
Like head first, and you just see his feet sticking out.
Oh, no, that wasn't that show, You. Remember he ground
Was it You, but it's with his feet sticking out?
I think so.
Okay, so then it was You.
He took the gangster dude and ground him up and got rid of him.
Okay, I was thinking the wrong movie then. But yeah, it was in Kingsman.
Right.
In that scene where he's...
Sorry,
he's
spoiler
putting
alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
But he's getting put the dude's getting put to the meat grinder, and his feet are sticking out the back, and
right.
they go like, this is Carol Baskin's meat grinder, and then they show Joe Exotic's meat grinder, and it's his boyfriend with his gnashed up teeth.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I cracked up so hard.
Oh. The other one I saw it showed two hot dogs from Sonic, like the little normal hot dog and then the foot long, and it said, which one do you prefer? And he goes, and it shows Joe Exotic saying, well, you ain't that straight, are you?
Yeah. Oh god. I'll try to do my best to add those in there.
Yeah, we'll try to throw those up on the screen.
It'll be somewhere right here.
Right there. There we go.
Yeah.
Damn it, we're supposed to be talking about whiskey and wheels.
It's just that shit in the shit.
If you haven't watched Joe Exotic, do yourself a favor and watch it.
Tiger King on Netflix. That's what you're looking for.
Tiger King. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
I said Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Tiger King on Netflix. It is. It's a hot mess. It's all over the place, but it'll make you realize your life doesn't suck that bad.
God, man, that dude. That dude, man.
Else, man.
What
that dude,
the hell?
Carol Baskins. I mean, all of them.
Joe Exotic to begin with. Like, how can you be fixated on one person that much?
Right. Just who cares? Forget about her.
I mean, he was doing pretty good for himself.
He
for
was.
A good while.
Yeah.
I wish I had 242 tigers.
The other one I saw was a guy and a girl laying in bed back to back, and it was her above her head saying, "He's probably thinking about some other woman and blah blah blah." And then it shows him. He's got the thing above him, and it says, "This whole time I could have had a tiger for $2,000." I mean, it's how much dogs cost now. Get out a damn tiger, dude. That is the last thing anybody needs is a damn tiger. Like,
I thought it was funny. It was like it has to tie into Tiger King. So a girl she like reposted some sort of meme, and it goes like I wish I had a man that would last long enough to like make a movie with, but he wouldn't last long enough to do a TikTok. And I don't know.
That's bad.
I know her. She's a friend of mine. I go like, we could start a Netflix series. You be the tiger. I'll be your king.
Oh.
I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, nice.
And oh god.
I'm taking it you're still single.
I'm still single. It didn't work.
Single life.
I think she deleted the post afterwards.
This guy needs a date. If you know somebody.
Shut up. Do not put me on Grindr. I'll tell you that. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Why did I say that?
It's over now.
Fuck me.
Don't
fuck me.
I got your phone number. Contact this guy.
And then we
my
split up
my Photoshop all your teeth missing.
Damn it. Damn it.
No,
I
for
was
real
asking
though.
for it.
He's a good guy. You know, a single lady looking for an honest, hardworking guy.
I love long walks on the beach. Long locks?
Long locks. How much did you drink?
Apparently a lot of.
All right, so back to the whiskey here. This is I've had I don't know probably 100 different whiskeys in my day. Not real good at giving you like the floral notes and the nut notes and the caramel notes and
nut notes.
All those notes that all these experts like to hold their pinky out and drink it. I can just tell you that my palate enjoys it quite a bit. It's not too oaky. It's not too sweet. It's for 100 proof whiskey. It's really smooth. I've had it both with ice and without, and I can tell you either way, it's a good drink. Um, it's really smooth. I've had some other bottled and bonds that I have here, and I can tell you now that they're not nearly this smooth. So I know I keep using that word smooth. That seems to be my go-to
I want to say
word.
like smooth. You mean by like it doesn't have that much kick when it comes to like the alcohol.
Well, yeah, even being at 100 proof, you don't get. It's not harsh. You know what I mean? It's
Because
not
this
like,
is a lot more pleasant than the whiskey that even I have. That Japanese whiskey.
right.
I don't remember the name of it for the life of me.
And
But-
you know, and they don't list the age on here, but you know, one of the the thing I read, the requirement is a minimum of 4 years. So, you know, they don't advertise it, so it could be just a 4-year aging, or it could be more. I mean, usually when it's a lot more, they tend to advertise that. So it could be just 4 years.
The only reason I started to like get into like whiskey was because of that one time I bought that whiskey bottle for that white what is it, the white elephant?
Right.
And I thought like, why give people like a shitty
gift?
gift?
Get them.
I'm gonna get a good decent
Right.
you know, whiskey or something that people are everybody can like.
Right.
So I got a Glenfiddich 12-year, I think it was.
Right. Which is a good.
And I put it out there. I'm like, I'm sure somebody's gonna appreciate it. All I did was just Google good whiskeys, and that was up there.
Up there. Right.
And when I saw people respond to it, I'm like, oh
Fighting
shit,
over it.
it's a Glenfiddich, and they really wanted that
Right.
bottle. I'm like,
Holy shit!
Oh,
I did.
holy shit.
I did good.
Okay.
I should have put my name on there. Alex bought this.
I know, right? But I really didn't care. I just wanted people to like have a good Christmas because I got fucked that year.
Yeah, you did.
I got like a what did I get? I got
the exercise
the
supplements and the fuck it button and the voodoo doll.
the little fucking bug and the voodoo doll.
Yeah.
That's right. And the exercise stuff I use.
Right.
I mean, it sucks that I can't use it to this
Now.
day. They're all the fucking
All the
gyms are
gyms
closed.
closed.
And it's sad that I feel like I'm not in the worst shape, but I'm in the worst shape that I've been lately.
In a while. Right. I feel you. Well, I could go ride my bike and get some exercise.
Oh yeah, he's. Well, I think we mentioned it before. Your bike.
It doesn't have pedals. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, your Honda CFR.
It's a
CFR.
CF 250L.
CF250L. That's right.
It's basically a street legal dirt bike. It's fun. It's not the raciest, fastest, whatever, but
and you finally dropped it. Fortunately, you did not bang it up.
Your mouth. No, it fell.
It was
over.
gonna happen. I dropped my
I didn't
R1
crash.
twice. I dropped. Oh no, I didn't even drop it once.
I didn't crash, so we're clear, okay?
My shit.
I came to a
dropped.
stop and the front brakes made the nose dive more than I expected, and I lost my balance at 0 miles an hour. And that's what happened. All right, we're gonna bring some shit up on you. You're definitely going on Grindr tonight.
I'm not gonna tell you. Fuck me. I ate shit on my R1, and I'm fortunate that the R1 just got some
Rash.
scrapes, just some like light road rash.
Right.
It wasn't so bad, but yeah, go for it. And
if y'all need some free hand sanitizer and you're in the Houston area, look up Whitmeyer's Distillery. Get some free hand sanitizer. 32-ounce bottle. It's just basically alcohol. Don't drink it. Not for consumption.
Yeah.
And go inside and buy some whiskey from those guys. I mean, they're super nice guys. Great whiskey. We considered doing their whiskey tonight, but we figured we'd give them just a shout out with their hand sanitizer and what they're doing, helping people out. And they've kind of expedited it because they know people are coming just for the hand sanitizer. So they've got a car line. You pull up, roll your window down, they hand it to you, and you get right in and right out. And don't let the line discourage you. It moves really quickly. But yeah, so go support those guys if you're in the Houston area. Great people, great whiskey. It's an MGB grain, but basically they get the distillates from a company up in Indiana, and then they bring the distillates in, they barrel it, and age it here in Houston, and it's good stuff. It's all small batch, and they donate money to a foundation for it's either wounded soldiers or soldiers dealing with PTSD. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up. But they're a good place to support if you really want to get out and check out small batch stuff. Or you may be able to buy it at your local liquor store. I don't know. I've seen it at some here. I don't know how far out they move their whiskey. So anyway, look them up. Whitmeyer's.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And every batch they do tastes different. Everyone has a different profile, and they're all corn rye blends. So they're good stuff. I mean, I highly recommend it.
Dope.
Yep. Well, my cigar's almost out.
I've been babying the shit out of mine.
Yours
were shorter to begin with, though.
But it was fatter.
But like girls like it long, don't
No,
they?
they like the girth, not the length. Look it up. It's a fact.
I mean, I know girls like pancakes, but I'm sure they like footlongs.
Waffles. I like waffles, man. Not pancakes.
French toast sticks.
No.
Oh man,
Waffles.
I'm fucking hungry right now.
Yep. We're gonna have to go make some waffles, I guess.
Twat waffle.
Yep. Well, let's wrap this up, man. Let
Yeah.
these people get back to their lives. And let us stop boring them to death.
Yeah, I know, right? Goddamn.
Be sure you subscribe to the channel.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
We haven't
And
been doing any of that.
Click the bell so you can get notified when.
Oh yeah,
more
whenever we
stupid-
do a new episode,
more
for sure.
stupid random.
We will try to regularly do this every Wednesday.
Yes.
We have not been
Even though today
punctual.
is technically Thursday, and
We'll
this
just
is
call
probably
it-
going to get posted tomorrow on Friday.
I'm doing
So-
my best to upload this today.
No. It's all just bear with us as we get through this pandemic. Just please be safe out there.
Yeah.
Keep
Be
your
safe.
social
Sanitize
distance.
yourself. Keep your distance. 6 foot.
Yeah, we're a
It's
little
minimum.
closer than 6 foot, but we're trying to stay within the frame of the camera. So
I
bear
personally
with
have
us.
been taking care of myself.
I have. I have too.
I've been at home for like the past 2 weeks now. I've been losing my mind.
I mean, I'll get out and
And-
drive around.
I haven't even done that, man.
I've been to the store a couple times. Just met another friend at a local park. Everything was closed. We sat, probably 8 feet apart. We enjoyed a cigar
You
and some
fucking
whiskey.
intercom each other on your phones every once in a while.
Right. So, yeah, just be safe out there, man. We'll get through this.
Yeah, it. We couldn't reiterate that.
Yeah. Can't
Much
express
you know.
enough the importance of that. So
because
be safe out there.
it's scary out there.
It is. Anyhow, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyhow, this is Bryan.
This is Alex, and you've been watching Wheels and Whiskey.
Peace out.